Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight as we get set to bring you this matchup between the McDonald County Mustangs and the College Heights Christian Cougars. We have about a minute before kickoff. No introductions, no player introductions tonight. Hot night, reaching about 95 degrees. We are looking west, so we'll contend with that setting sun tonight. But we do have a good setup here in the booth. Should be able to give you a good stream with this wired connection we have. And looking at the refs here, let's take a look at the starting lineups for the two teams tonight. All right, College Heights has played a 4-3-2-1, a 4-5-1, and tonight they're going to come out in a 4-4-2. Talking to Coach Dogach about how he's trying to set up his team. Good chances against Monette. Couldn't find the back of the net, but as the game went on, some lack of connection. And so he's trying to set up a system here that allows the passes to move through the lines a little bit cleaner. You can see the attacking side on the right. Michael Harrigan, Liam Nelson is going to play in the midfield. Liam has typically been a center back, but we'll play in the midfield today, trying to give him some opportunities in the final third. And then Braden Youngberg is moving back to the defensive line, playing center backs. Stephen Calandro is moving from that left outside back position into the left center back position. Zach Beatty moves back into that left back position. Noah Haley will play the right wing in that 4 midfielder role. And Hudson on the left midfielder. Ben Schumacher, left center mid. And then Gavin Dahl is up top with Michael Perigin. And we are about ready for kickoff. Both teams have taken the field. The refs aren't out there yet. Justin Boney will get his first start in the goal for the Cougars. Cougars are 0-2 on the season after playing Monette and Carthage. Nathan Hakey in his second season as head coach for the Mustangs, and Coach Aaron Dogach in his first season for College Heights. All right, we're here in the first half, 40 minutes on the clock. With a wider view here as the Cougars are going to do the kickoff. Gavin Dahl with the ball at his feet. We have a three-man crew to start the night. Center official making sure he's got his watch set. We should be ready to go here any second. All right, and we're off. Ball played back. Nelson back to Dahl. Into some possession. Nelson over to Schumacher. Schumacher switches the field. Stolen away by McDonald County. Sent up ahead and too far. It's an open field by McDonald County, but just played it too far out ahead, and the Cougars will get the throw in. Throwing down the near side line. Fight for possession. Mustangs send it in. Youngberg is there to get a touch. Youngberg fights for position and is able to settle it down, sends it wide to Noah Haley over there. Haley pressures ball. You can see there's a little bit of a switch up from the initial card. Peregrina's actually playing on the left side, Dahl's on the right. Liam's on the left, and Schumacher's on the right. Ball played into the midfield, fight for possession. McDonald County gets it. Through ball up ahead, and offside is the call. Cougars were able to hold that line, and will be a free kick for the Cougars. May take the Cougars a few minutes to figure out their roles here in this 4-4-2. So far, they look a little bit disconnected. Youngberg back for the free kick. Plays it all the way up ahead. Peregrina's there for the header. Can't get it, but Dahl runs under it. Dahl into the box. Ball's loose. And still fight for the ball. Able to be cleared by De La Cruz. High into the air. Possession laid down for the Mustangs. Mustangs wide on the far side. Schumacher pressuring ball. Ball's loose. Schumacher pokes it up to Peregrina. Peregrina ships it into Dahl at the top of the box. Dahl's free to run, but De La Cruz for the Mustangs is able to come up and grab possession and save that threat. Punted to the middle of the field. Schumacher drops it over to Haley. Haley can't get it, and Mustangs possess into the midfield. Schumacher chasing from behind. Youngberg steps up. Is able to disconnect him from the ball and into the corner. Anredder sends it away. Throw in for the Mustangs. Youngberg comes up and challenges the throw in back to the Mustangs player, trying to set up a 1-2. Ball gets disconnected. Back to the Mustangs into the box and sent over to Boney. And looks like they had an offside on that initial entry in. So free kick for the Cougars. Youngberg's back to take the free kick. Youngberg punts it into the middle of the field. Liam Nelson's there, heads it forward. Peregrina gets a foot on it. Loose in the middle of the field. Mustangs send it in. Calandro's there. Calandro gets a touch, tries to settle, gets position with his body. Schumacher dislodges to Nelson. and they're going to bring it back to the initial foul. Mustangs put it back into play into the middle of the field. Ball played in possession. Nelson comes up and dislodges. Dow tries to send it through to Perigin, gets it deflected. Dow back to pressure. And ball sent high into the air. The back line goes back. Youngberg heads it back. It should be all the way back to the keeper, Boney. And he'll grab it and reset the offense for the Cougars. Boney punts it into the midfield all the way up there to Perigin. Perigin gets a touch back to Dow. Dow trying to get to it. Schumacher's there in the middle. Schumacher's looking, drops it to Nelson. Nelson, good footwork, gets through. Another touch. Tries to send it through. Dow's there. And the Mustangs are able to possess. Back into the midfield. Perigin comes up and challenges. Sent wide to the far side. Haley comes back and gets a touch, keeps it in, tries to play it back to Anreder. Anreder steps in and wins the ball. And ref had his flag up. Looks like they said it was out of bounds. So throw in for the Mustangs. County playing that far side. Schumacher gets a touch back into the middle. Dow's got possession, tries to send it through to Perigin in the middle. Perigin trying to find the ball all the way over to the far side. Perigin possession, tries to flip it through the defensive player's legs off of the Mustangs and throwing for the Cougars. Clevenger making a run. That's the first I've seen Clevenger. He's playing that left midfield and hasn't really been involved in the action yet. Had a run there just too hard off the middle of the foot. Got to play that off more of the toe to settle that ball. Throw in for the Mustangs. Right to Clevenger. Clevenger off his chest. Tries to possess. Mustangs send it back across the middle of the field. Into possession. Schumacher comes up to challenge. Played back to the back line as Dow will challenge the ball. Good pass into the middle of the field for the Mustangs and through ball. They are onside this time. Just a little too heavy, and it looks like it's going to go all the way out of bounds on the near side. Throw in for the Cougars. So second time it looked like the Mustangs caught the Cougars in trouble, but just put it all the way through the field, so it didn't result in anything. Fight for the ball on the near side. Clevenger is able to force a bad pass. Dow's to the ball. Dow gets taken out from behind. And Mustangs possess. Youngberg challenges. Ball into the corner. Youngberg shielding the ball, and it goes out of bounds. That should be a goal kick for the Cougars, and it is. Youngberg back for the goal kick. Youngberg kicks it in the middle of the field. Clevenger's there. Ball goes wide to Perigin. Perigin, good. Oh, it looked like it was a good attempt to get it over his shoulder to Clevenger, but out of bounds and throwing for the Mustangs. Perigin comes up to challenge ball, sent to the middle of the field. Nelson challenges, ball passed wide down the near side. Clevenger got it off of, looks like he got that deflection off the Mustangs, but nobody saw it, and it will be a throw-in for the Mustangs. Plays the back pass. Mustangs looking for an option. Right to Perigin's feet. Perigin steals, chips it up to Dow. Back line gets tested. Dow's there at the top of the box, takes the shot, and goes well over. And that will be a goal kick for the Cougars. Good chance here as Dow's right on the ball and maybe got a little anxious there. First opportunity to shoot of the game and took a shot maybe before it was advisable. And McDonald County back on the ball. They'll play it out of the back. Nelson comes up for the challenge. Perigin steals and takes the shot. Ref has his whistle blown on the challenge from behind on Nelson. And I think that's the right call. He didn't call that challenge on Dow earlier, but I think that is the right call. That's a push from behind. So free kick for the Mustangs. Ball played to the near side, just wide of the target. He can't handle it, and throwing for the Cougars. Clevenger comes over to take the throw in. Sees Nelson in the middle, plays it back. Nelson in possession over to Schumacher. Schumacher switches the field to Youngberg. Youngberg plays it into space. Across to Haley. Haley one touch to Schumacher, and the Mustangs were able to steal. Schumacher challenges back and wins the possession. Over to Nelson with some space in the middle. Nelson looking for an option, gives it to Clevenger. Clevenger, good settle. Chips it up for Schumacher on the run. Schumacher running through the top of the box. And good job by McDonald County to clear. Still in a trouble spot as they're trying to get it out of there. Enredder playing high, able to come up and challenge. Youngberg's there in possession. Sends it down the far side. Gets through. And McDonald County will get back to it. Berrigan pressuring the ball. Sent down the near side. Fight for possession there with Beatty. Into the middle of the field. Run for McDonald County. Holds up play as Calandro's there to pressure ball. Enredder over on the far side. Chipped in. Beatty gets his head up and sends it high into the air. Still at the top of the box. Calandro tries to clear, and Youngberg does. Bouncing ball goes over the first line. Dowell's there to chase. Dowell gets a touch on it, tries to clip it over to Berrigan. Back to Dowell at his feet. Dowell playing in, drops it back to Clevenger. Clevenger 40 yards out, looking for a play. Over to Nelson. Nelson steps in, gets it to Berrigan at the top of the box. Berrigan chips it over to Clevenger. Good recovery by McDonald County. Dowell's there to settle. Dowell plays it back in, loses possession as McDonald County is able to recover. Sent forward on the far side. Down the line, mishandled, and Youngberg's there. Youngberg, dangerous play, is able to win it. Plays it forward to Nelson. Nelson turns. Youngberg's making the overlapping run. Sent in, deflected by McDonald County. And Schumacher did take Youngberg's spot on the back line on that run, so they are in possession still. Nelson playing possession in the middle. Gets it through to Dowell. Berrigan clips it through. Berrigan makes the run. Back line for McDonald County is able to get back and clear it. All the way here to this near side. Beatty's on a challenge and sends it out of play. We throw in for the Mustangs. Ball into play. Beatty and Clevenger fighting for it. Beatty gets a touch. It gets held, and that will be a free kick for the Cougars. Youngberg comes up to take the free kick. Youngberg driving ball down to Berrigan. Handball. And that should be a yellow card. Let's see if he gives him the card here. No card given that I could see, but clear use of an intentional handball to stop a run. All right, Youngberg will send it in from 30 yards out. Good ball. Berrigan's making the run. Goalie clears it. Berrigan hits into the goalie and still in play. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by McDonald County. Throw in for the Cougars. Youngberg's all the way down the left side, and we're going to stop the clock as looks like we have an injury. 26:49 on the clock. I accidentally reset the clock instead of stopping it. Let me see if I can fix that. Guys are taking a water break here as Perrigan's limping off. See if we can get back to that replay. Take a look what happened again. I don't know if this is a scheduled water break or not, but everyone has gone to the sidelines to take a drink. Here's that free kick by Youngberg sent in. Perrigan sells out and just gets his foot stuck as he dives for the ball. All right, here's that replay again. McDonald County does have 4 subs waiting to check in. We are fighting the glare here of the setting sun through the window. Teams are both retaking the field. Looks like, I believe it was College Heights throw-in. Okay, back down here in the corner, let's see what the call is. Okay, yeah, throw in for College Heights. That's Youngberg over to take the throw in. Youngberg into the box, Clevenger's there, and the Mustangs are able to clear. Calandro tries to head that down. Dangerous play, and he just has to clear it out of bounds, throw in for the Mustangs. He had plenty of time to settle that. An illegal throw-in called on the Mustangs, so throw-in for the Cougars. Youngberg down to take the throw-in, up ahead to Clevenger. Clevenger back to the ball. Sends it across the field to Anredder. Anredder plays it down the far side, almost gets through. Edgar Nato is in the game now. Mustangs send it up ahead. Beatty's back to run it down, and so we can get over there. Sends it out of bounds, throw in for the Mustangs. Mustangs take their time to set up their men down in the box. Finally throw it into the corner, deflect it away, and that will be a throw-in for the Cougars. Ref was saying Clevenger had to get back further. He was trying to take too much space up the line. Throw-in by Clevenger. Mustangs send it in the middle of the field. Calandro's there to head it down. Schumacher's back to the ball. Schumacher turns, gets it to Youngberg, stolen away. Beatty steps in, gets it to Youngberg. Youngberg looking to switch the field. Played all the way across to Anredder. Anredder chasing it to the sideline, plays it down the line to Haley. And probably a good decision there by the Mustangs, just clear it away to fight another day. Probably could have played that back to the keeper, but we'll keep possession for the Cougars. Nato makes the pass down the line for Schumacher. Schumacher tries to touch it off the half volley, and will go out of play for a goal kick. Schumacher tried to find that sweet spot, but couldn't get to it. All right, back to live action, played out of the back. Good back heel by the Mustang player. Through ball, and it's a chase for it. Calandro hustles back. Mustang's in possession, loses his feet. Calandro still in position all the way to the corner, and Calandro gets the deflection throw in for the Mustangs. Good job by Calandro to eliminate that threat on the hustle back. Thrown into the box, and it's loose. Schumacher comes back, shields them from getting to the ball, and still fight for possession as Youngberg's on it. Youngberg carries it to the near side and outside taps it down the line. Clevenger's there to keep it in, but stolen away by the Mustangs. Mustangs enter it into the top of the box. Schumacher steps in and deflects. Beatty's over there to pressure ball. 1-2 play by the Mustangs, and just lost touch, out of play, goal kick for the Cougars. Youngberg plays it high into the middle of the field. Dow's there to receive it with his chest. Popped over by the Mustangs. Nelson wins it in the middle, tries to send it down the line for Clevenger, and out of play. The Mustang player tried to win that, but I believe it was last touch by the Cougars, and throw in for the Mustangs. All right, Mustangs back into possession, play it through to the striker. Calandro's there to win the challenge. Nelson pokes it away, fight for the ball, and free kick for the Mustangs. I just see that I didn't get my clock started. We're at 21:40 on the official clock. See if I can get that reset. 21:40 is the official clock, and when there's a break in action, I'll try to get that clock corrected. Youngberg's going to take the free kick for the Cougars. Sends a driving ball all the way to the keeper, and secured by the keeper. Clevenger comes up to pressure the ball as the Mustangs play it out of the back. Onto the near side. Nelson chases from behind and wins the ball, and gets called for the foul. We'll bring it back here for a free kick. Played in, and Nelson steals. Back to Clevenger. Clevenger heavy on the touch and loses it to the Mustangs. Mustangs back into possession in the middle of the field. Nato steps back to win it and drops it to Youngberg. Good patient play by Nato. Youngberg takes up space in the middle, sends it through. Haley's there to make the run. Mustangs are in position and are able to win the challenge. Nato comes in for the slide tackle. Mustangs are able to possess it through the challenge into the middle of the field with some space. Youngberg comes up to pressure. Youngberg steals, tries to one-touch it through to Clevenger, but right into the Mustang defender and turns into a through ball attempt for the Mustangs into the box. Boney comes over for the Cougars and is able to smother that ball and eliminate the threat. Quick rollout into Nelson in the midfield. Nelson up to Youngberg. Youngberg with some space up front. Youngberg's going to take that space, plays it up ahead, too much on it, all the way into the box, and the keeper's there to retrieve it. Good idea by Youngberg, just put way too much on that. And keeper's taking a few seconds to reset his line. Calandro tries to do the header in the middle of the field, goes backwards. Boney's out of the box, and we'll just play it outside. Out of play, throw in for the Mustangs. Mustangs into play. Calandro with his left over to Clevenger. Clevenger one touches to Youngberg. Youngberg tries to one touch it all the way across the field and out of bounds. Michael Perigin is back in the game. Not sure who he subbed in for. It looks like maybe Noah Haley. Perigin back in the game up top. Mustangs in possession on the near side. Good run and through ball. Nelson's there and wins the challenge, sends it all the way down the line. Mustangs possess good feet. Clevenger comes in for the tackle. Can't get to it. Mustangs still on the ball. Sent through for a chance, and Boney's able to come up and make the save through pressure. Good save by Justin Boney for the Cougars. A good threat by the Mustangs. That didn't look like much, but it sure turned into something quick. And Boney read it and got out of the box, or got out of off his line to win it. Ball sent up ahead. Perigin's back in and wins the challenge. Perigin up ahead. Good job by the Mustangs. Gets the touch on it, and we'll play it into possession. Perigin chases far side. Ball sent back into the middle. Schumacher's there to pressure. Mustangs play across the back. Heavy touch. Clevenger comes in to make the steal. Deflects it. Nelson comes in, and handball, I believe, was the call before Nelson grabbed it. Maybe it was a foul. I couldn't tell what the call was, but it will be a free kick nonetheless. Direct kick for the Cougars from 25 yards out. Looks like it was a handball, as the ref saying he put his hands above his head. All right, Perigin will take the free kick for the Cougars. Good opportunity here to put it on goal. Good hooking ball right to the keeper. Nobody made the lasting run to the keeper, though. And he's able to settle it. All the way up to the midfield. Beatty's there. Calandro comes over. Ball's still in trouble. Sent across the middle. Anreder comes across to get a touch, but can't clear it. Mustangs take the shot. Goes way over the goal. And that will be a free kick for the Cougars. Here's a look at that last through ball that Boney was able to jump on. Good chance for the Mustangs. Youngberg will take the goal kick for the Cougars. Youngberg sends it high into the middle. Nelson heads it forward to Perigin. Perigin settles. He's looking to get some space. Perigin drops it back to Nelson. Nelson one touch up ahead to Clevenger on the run. Clevenger gets a touch on it if he can keep it in. Tries to keep it in with his left, but can't control it, and Mustangs will have a throw-in. Mustangs on a little bit of delay on the throw-in. Some subs coming in and out. Nato's out of the game as Haley's back in. Mustangs throwing down the near side. Perrigin's there to settle. Perrigin goes through, gets it stolen, and into the middle of the field for the Mustangs. Schumacher gets a touch to clear, but back to possession for the Mustangs. Haley challenges down the far side. Anredder's there, and Anredder clears it away. Probably could have settled that into possession for the Cougars, but better safe than sorry in those situations. And we have a sub coming in the game. Back to action here. Haley comes in and gets a touch. Anredder pressure and ball. Staying in front. Mustangs take it to the far corner. Schumacher's there in front. Mustangs patient on the ball. Cougars patient in defense. Youngberg gets a touch. Schumacher comes in and wins the ball, looking for some space. Stays, gets the foul call, free kick for the Cougars. Youngberg takes a driving ball into the middle. Perrigin tries to flick it. It goes through. Dow runs to the top of the box, but the Mustangs were able to get there first. Plays it to the goalie. Pressure on the ball. Still in trouble at the top of the box. Perrigin gets a deflection. In the box, Mustangs possessing. Stolen away by Dow in the box. Oh, if he could have dropped that for Perrigin, that would have been an opportunity. Still in play. Clevenger in the box. Sends it across the field, and the Mustangs playing some risky ball, keep it in play all the way to the far side. Ruled actually out of bounds on the end line, so a corner kick will be the result for the Cougars. Good possession by the Cougars. This 4-4-2 has given them some nice opportunities with Perrigin and Dow making those runs up top. They haven't been able to connect on the through ball, just a little bit heavy. Corner kick sent in all the way to the far side to the top. Nelson heads it into the box. Schumacher's there. Schumacher tries to settle it. Kicks it back to Perrigin. Perrigin wide to Youngberg. Youngberg back to the ball. Drops it down the near side. Perrigin chases back, and so does Beatty. Ball played ahead by the Mustangs into a free run, and good job by Beatty getting back to stop the run. Back into possession for the Mustangs, looking to send it to the top. Ball deflected. Schumacher's there. Schumacher one touch up to Perrigin after the settle. Perrigin down the line. Perrigin gets the deflection off the steal. Youngberg sends it high into the air. Haley's there. Haley tries to head it into the middle. Schumacher possesses. Oh, loses the ball, back into the middle. Calandro comes in and challenges, but can't possess it, and the Mustangs are back on the run on the far side. Sent across the top of the box. Calandro's there to head it away. Into Nelson in the midfield. Nelson plays it off the half volley up to Dow. Back into the middle, Perrigin's there. Perrigin tries to flick it wide on the one touch to Haley. Haley chases for the ball. Fight for the ball as McDonald County is able to possess. Right back into the middle for Perrigin. Perrigin cuts it back to the top of the box, looking to set up the shot. Takes the shot right to the keeper. And good save for the Mustangs. Good offensive opportunity for the Cougars. Goalie punts it to the middle. Good header over. And Youngberg is going to chase all the way back. He's going to try to keep it in on the near side. Keeps it in play. Whistle was blown, and it was actually out of bounds on the Cougars. So throw in for the Mustangs. $10:20 on the official clock. Looks like we might be taking another water break. We'll take a break up here also. While we're on this water break, we'll take a minute to look at what else is going on in our district. Lone Jack is playing Cameron tonight. Lone Jack has 1 win on the season. They're the Class 1 District 7 opponent. They have their 1 win against Lutheran, also in Class 1 District 7. You can see McDonald County and College Heights. And then Thomas Jefferson is taking on Monette tonight at Monette. And that is the Class 1 District action. Here's the records of these teams. Thomas Jefferson is listed as 1-1. Their win was against the Joplin. I'm sorry, their win was against Columbus, 4-0. Take a look at this coach's bio. Some young coaches to the programs here. All right, players are back on the field after the water break. 10:20 on the clock. See if I can remember to start the clock on the restart this time. We are starting with the throw-in for McDonald County on the corner. Actually, really about the top of the box is where we are on the near side. Ref is back on the field. Should be ready to go any moment now. He's checking to make sure all the players are here. And we are back underway. McDonald County possessing on the near side. Beatty steps in and steals. Clevenger gets a flick up to Perigin. Perigin looks to play it up ahead. Dowell's going to chase. Ball played by McDonald County off the head. Dowell gets position. Dowell hold up play. Got 3 on him, and McDonald County clears into the corner. Will be a corner kick for the Cougars. It's a good transition of play there into some trouble. You see there's a good 40 yards between Dowell and any middle support. They just didn't get back in time to help him on this hot day. Corner kick set up for the Cougars. Schumacher takes the kick in. Good ball. Perigin was there for it. Oh, I thought we had a goal. We take a look back at that. Perigin got his right foot on the ball. Sent all the way over the keeper's head. Perigin's there and just didn't get a clean touch on it. It goes over the goal. And the Mustangs back into possession on the goal kick. Play it out of the back. Clevenger steals. Clevenger into the box. He's got an opening. Takes the shot near post. But off target and another goal kick for the Mustangs. Good opportunity for Clevenger. Tried to find that little space and just got a little bit too exact with it. Mustangs back into possession all the way into the middle of the field. Quick transition. Cougars chase back. Calandra is in position. Mustangs have to hold it up. Play it across the middle of the field. All the way across. Ball sent into the box. And Boney's there to grab it for the Cougars. Boney punts it high into the air. Perigin gets a deflection off his head. Calandra tries to do a header but misses. Into trouble, and Anrender's there and is able to clear with his left. Good play by Anrender to save some trouble. Out of play, throw in for the Mustangs. Back into play. Played wide. Good job keeping it in play by number 7 from the Mustangs. Into the box. Clevenger comes back to challenge. Mustangs try to send it in. Good header down by Calandro. Still in the possession, though, and this time cleared away. Peregrina's over to the ball. Peregrine fights over to get to it. Is able to keep it in. Sends a driving ball down the near side. Clevenger will run out. Actually, Clevenger's going to hold up play as it looks like it's going to go out. McDonald County plays it back to their keeper. Dow will challenge. Played into the middle to the pivot. Pivot receives it and turns. Peregrine comes up to challenge. Missed touch as Clevenger gets a foot on it. Can't control it, though. And back to McDonald County, back to the middle of the field. Ball's through as Nato gets a touch. Nato back to Clevenger. Clevenger one touches it in the middle for Peregrine. Peregrine's able to use his body and control it. Pops it over into the box. And quick rollout for Mustangs. Stolen away by Peregrine. Back into possession. In the middle, Nato misses. Ball down the right side. Calandro is there to help as Anredder hustles back. Schumacher in the middle of the field. Schumacher fighting for possession. Ball played to into the back line. Down the right side. And flag is down. Flag is now up. See if we can catch that on replay. It didn't look like the AR was going to give him the offside. He wasn't going to give it, but then the center ref called it anyway, and the AR raised his flag, so not sure what he saw there, but he wasn't confident to make the call on the run. All right, Nelson is back for the free kick. This will be indirect off the offside call. Nelson punts it high into the air. Clevenger's there, tries to get a touch, goes over his head. Peregrine pops it forward to Dahl. Dahl tries to settle with his chest into the middle of the field. Clevenger's there to settle. Clevenger sets up for a shot. Good step in by the Mustangs to take it away. Chipped into the middle of the field. Tried to send it over. Nelson's there to head it back. Peregrine fights for possession, heads it into the back line. Clevenger positioning. Through ball to nobody. Nelson's there, settles. Nelson into the middle for Nato. Nato tries to flick it to Schumacher, but a little off target and stolen into a through ball. Boney, nice job coming up and clears it away. Actually hit Nelson, I think, in the head. Schumacher challenges back, and Anredder with his left gets it all the way up to Peregrine. Peregrine flicks it over for Dow. If Dow can get there, he gets a header. He's got two on him. And good job by the Mustangs to take away that threat. Still in trouble, though, as they're able to clear. Schumacher steps in, tries to challenge, wins possession into Peregrine, over to Clevenger, and Clevenger takes the shot off target. And goal kick for the Mustangs. Oh, no, deflected is the call. So we are going to have a, says it was deflected, so corner kick for the Cougars. Schumacher comes down to take the corner kick. Last corner kick opportunity. Actually, Youngberg's going to come all the way down to take it. Youngberg sends it in. Far side, Peregrine's there for the header. Heads it down, still in play. Good job by McDonald County. Chests that down and then possessed. Ball sent ahead, deflected by the Cougars. Nato tries to receive it. Nato switches the field over to Youngberg. Off target, Youngberg can't get to it. And throw in on the near side for the Mustangs. No score here, 3 minutes left in the first half. A couple of threats from each team. Mustangs take the throw in on the near side. Stolen away by Peregrine. Peregrine pops it up to Dow. If Dow can get to it, he gets to the ball at the top of the box and takes the shot. Wide of the target. Goal kick for the Mustangs. Another opportunity for the Cougars, though. You see Dow is able to get his shoulder-to-shoulder push-off and then get to possession for a shot, but just can't get it on frame. Mustangs playing it out of the back. Perigin pressuring. Sent all the way through. And Youngberg will chase as it stays in. Goes out of bounds, throwing for the Cougars. Youngberg takes the throw in down the line. Schumacher's there. Schumacher tries to turn. It's stolen. Beatty gets back to cover. Into the top of the box. Calandro steps up and pops it away. Still in. And Clevenger lets it go out of bounds, throwing for the Mustangs. .130 left. Everyone trying to get to halftime. Opportunity for someone to change the game right here. McDonald County into possession. Haley steps back and dislodges. Calandro clears it high into the air on the far side. It stays in. Dowell's going to chase. Dowell there heads it forward. And out of play. Throw in for the Cougars. Perigin to the corner, sends it across, deflected by the Mustangs. Into the middle of the field. Beatty's there to pressure ball. Sent through as Youngberg and Calandro chase. Calandro settles it. And will send it all the way out of play for a corner kick for the Mustangs. .30 seconds left as the Mustangs hustle down to get a corner. It is a true time here in high school soccer, so when it hits zero, no more action can happen. Get a little bit further over here to see this corner kick. 10 seconds left. Ball sent in. Clevenger's there. And, oh, they call it handball. Oh, yep, as he jumped up, his hands went wide, and he caught it right on the elbow. So with no time left on the first half clock, McDonald County will get a chance to take the lead here on a penalty kick. Tough break for the Cougars. Boney in the goal. Left-footed kicker. Boney gets a touch on it, but goes in, and McDonald County has taken the lead. All right, well, that brings us to halftime. Put 10 minutes on the clock. Tough break for the Cougars to go in down 1-0 after a very contested first half. But that's how these games work, is those little errors come back to bite you. So 1-0 after the handball in the box. Let's see if we can recoup at half and get something going here in the second half. I'll take an audio break here and we'll send you through with some replays. All right, guys, we're back, ready to start the second half. 1-0, McDonald County leading. McDonald County will start with the kickoff to start the second half. Looking back at those replays at halftime, it does seem like College Heights had the better opportunities to score, but that's not always what makes the difference. And after 40 minutes, McDonald County is leading the game. Start the second half here. They'll play it out of the back, down the near side. Quick chance into the box, too far up ahead, and Boney's there to easily gather it up. Boney punts it high into the middle of the field. Clevenger is going to challenge. Ball to Nelson. Nelson tries to switch it, hits it right off the ref, and free kick for the Cougars. Sorry, I missed that restart. And all the way off the goal kick back in the middle of the field. Youngberg over to Schumacher. Schumacher looks to turn. And they're calling a foul back where Youngberg was. Youngberg sends in a high ball. Perigin and Dollar running for it. It's loose, and good recovery by the keeper. Quickly rolled out the far side. Calandro gets over and is able to get a touch on it and send it out of play. McDonald County will get the throw in. McDonald County on the far side, playing across the middle. Into the middle of the field, Youngberg steps in and clears it. Played to the back line. Over here to the near side. Anrender stays in front. Diagonal run down the line. Youngberg pressures and gets a deflection. Throw in for McDonald County. Down in the corner. Throw in is the call. Good job by Anrender keeping that from being a corner kick. Mustangs try to take the throw in at about the top of the box, and ref saying no, got to be all the way in the corner. So again, he'll take the throw in. Offside was the call. Free kick for the Cougars. Ball played in the middle, headed over by Perigin. Dahl will run down under it. Mustangs play it back to the keeper. Keeper's got to play with his feet. Switches the field. Clevenger comes in to challenge. Gets past, and Mustangs have possession on the far side. Beatty comes up. Schumacher's there to cover. Schumacher gets possession up to Beatty. Beatty taps it to Nelson. Nelson looking for an option. Tries to play it through to Dahl. And Mustangs, again, good job playing it back to their keeper. Into the middle pivot. Perigin's there to pressure. Playing it into some space. Nelson challenges back. Nelson and Perigin in front. Ball sent forward. Anreder is able to stop it. I thought that hit his hand, but no call. And Mustangs possess here on the near side. Perigin steals on the pass across the middle. Haley tries to flick it back. Mustangs steal and kick it out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Anreder comes up to take the throw in. Up to Schumacher. Schumacher heads it over to Perigin. Perigin in the middle of the field. Outside foot tries to send it through to Nelson making the run. Perigin's able to get back to it. Clevenger touches it wide. Down the line to Perigin on the angled run. Perigin cuts it across back into the middle. Leaves it for Clevenger to step through. Clevenger can't get a clean touch on it. Sent to the top. Youngberg comes into pressure. Mustangs in a counterattack. Anrenner's able to stop it with a settle into Youngberg. Youngberg sends it in and deflected away by the Mustangs. Will be a corner kick for the Cougars. Cougars are putting a lot of pressure on the box here in the second half, as they were in the first half. See if they can capitalize on this pressure and get a goal. Youngberg sends it in, high into the air, and it actually hit the football goalpost out of play, so goal kick for the Mustangs. They played out of the back quickly. Perigin's there. Good job getting into the middle, into some space. Chipped up ahead. Youngberg settles. Youngberg flips it over. Ball sent through. Beatty tries to head it forward but can't. And Mustangs pop it up. Calandra smartly sends it out of play. Throw in for the Mustangs. Calandra steals, pops it up into the air. Perigin's there. Schumacher's to the ball. Mustangs steal, through ball, into the top of the box. Calandra's able to settle back. Shot on goal. And Boney's there for the save. Good opportunity for the Mustangs. Ball into the middle of the field. Beatty gets it with his head, leaves it for Perigin. Perigin back heels it, and Mustangs are able to clear it all the way into trouble. Anrenner chases back. Mustangs keep it in on the top corner of the box. Overlapping run. Anrenner follows the ball. Good job. Youngberg's there to help. Trips on the ball into the box. Shot is wide of the target. And goal kick for the Cougars. So the Cougars have made an adjustment here in the second half, and they've moved Perigin back to the midfield and moved Nelson and Dahl as the two strikers. Youngberg takes the free kick into the middle. Perigin tries to get a touch. It bounces over. Dahl's there, settles with his chest, tries to play it through to Nelson. Just too heavy. Good idea, but just too heavy to give him a chance. And the keeper's able to gather it up. Ball back into the middle. Perigin's there to settle it. Good job by Calandra giving space. Drops it back to Youngberg. Youngberg into the middle of Schumacher. Schumacher looks and tries to turn and does. Schumacher into some space. Looking for an opportunity for Dahl. Good ball to Dahl. Dahl tries to settle it with his shoulder. It's still loose at the top. Clevenger gets there for the shot and puts it on target. And they have I don't think I'll have that on replay. Let's see if I can look back. They have an offside flag up. Let's see here. I'm not going to be able to get to it. So we're going to restart play. Stolen away by Clevenger. Clevenger to Perigin. Perigin still on the ball to the top of the box, sets up for the shot, cuts it back. And McDonald County is able to clear. Throw in for the Cougars. Anrenner to Schumacher to Perigin. Anrenner into Schumacher again. Schumacher tries to turn. He's still on the ball. Steps over. Leaves it for Perigin. Perigin sets up for the shot. And the keeper's there for the save. Punt it to the middle of the field. Bergen again to the ball. Settles it, gets through. Mustang steals. Schumacher steps in and deflects. Bergen back to the ball, looking for position. Dahl chases. Dahl gets the tackle. Haley sends it ahead. Nelson will pressure ball. Nelson trying to get on it. And the keeper is going to have to play it with his feet. Corner kick. Oh. Ruled a goal kick for the Mustangs. Played out of the back by the Mustangs. Dahl comes over to pressure ball. Played into the pivot. Schumacher challenges. Clevenger steps in. Clevenger gets the steal into the box. Clevenger's got a guy on his back, takes the shot, and it's deflected away. Good opportunity there by the Cougars. The Mustangs playing it out of the back. It's good to see that style of soccer, but it's becoming a high risk for them as they're not able to make that next pass into space. Get a little closer in here for this corner kick. Schumacher over there for the corner. Sends a high ball in. Clevenger gets a head on it and goes wide of the target. Sorry, that was Youngberg on the corner. Goal kick for the Mustangs. They're looking to play it out of the back. Instead, he punts it away. Peregrina's there to settle it. Gets it up to Clevenger. Clevenger into the middle, takes the shot, and just over the goal. Another good opportunity for the Cougars. Peregrine gets a good touch there to Clevenger, brings it to the middle, and just puts it right over top of the goal. Mustangs again on the goal kick, play out of the back. Actually, some subs coming on, so they're going to reset. Wish I could get that glare off the screen for you guys, but this angle is right in that sun line. This is most of the action here so far in the second half, right in this angle. No stoppage in play yet here in the second half. Okay, action is restarted. Schumacher pressuring the ball on the play on the back. Leaves it for Haley and draws the foul. I think he just ruled that a PK. Let's take a look at that again. Nope, he was out of the box, and the ref is correctly ruling that outside the box. Peregrine and Youngberg set up for the free kick. This is definitely a goal-scoring opportunity from this distance on a free kick. Three-man wall for the Mustangs. Peregrine will set up to take it. Chips it over. Ball deflected. Clevenger comes for the foul. And good strike by Clevenger, but goes wide of the frame. And back into play. Stolen away by Youngberg. Youngberg carrying. And we're going to stop the clock as there's an injury, maybe just cramps over here on the back line for the Mustangs. 25:49 is the official time. And they're going to take an opportunity to get a water break. Boy, so far just a dominant second half for the Cougars, but have not been able to put one in the back of the net. Mustangs still leading 1-0. Looks like he's going to get up and be okay. Nope, he's going to get helped off. Can't put any weight on that left foot. It's a hot day here in Anderson, Missouri. Long water break here as the refs have left the area for a break also. Mustangs have taken the field and the Cougars are already ready to go. Boney's there in goal. Haven't seen much action from Boney in the second half. The Cougars have done a really good job of keeping it on the downhill side of their half. All right, we're about ready to go. Refs are back on the field. Ref's looking at his watch to get restarted. And we are back underway. Winding the clock. And Youngberg takes the throw in. Perigin heads it up to Schumacher. Schumacher cuts it back to Nelson. Nelson one touch over to Dahl. Good deflection by the Mustangs to keep a real threat from succeeding. Throw in for the Cougars on the far side into the middle for Perigin. Perigin pops it over the top. Dahl runs onto it and keeper gets there first. Looks like he's going to punt it away this time. Punts it into the middle of the field. Good touch by the Mustang player on the right, but stolen away by Calandro into Perigin. Good settle. Up to Anreder. Anreder gets it stolen away. And an opportunity for the Mustangs. Youngberg's there. Played all the way to the near side. Down the line and out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Youngberg will wait for a ball to come to him. Youngberg with the throw into Schumacher over his head. Touched by the Mustangs into possession. Beatty helps back and gets to the ball. Good job by Beatty. Confusion there by Anritter and Beatty. Back to the Mustangs. Takes the quick shot, but off target and will go out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Back to live action. Thrown into play. Clevenger up into the air. Clevenger heads it down to Nelson. Nelson tries to pop it over. Dowell's there to fight for the challenge. Looked like a handball, and the ref's going to give it to him. Dowell rolls it over to Perigin to set up the free kick, trying to get a quick restart. Youngberg comes up to take the free kick for the Cougars. Youngberg sends the ball in. Perigin's there for the header, and a good save by the keeper. I thought that was in, even as it went through the keeper's hands. Keeper quickly back into play. Down the near side line, can't hold it, and Youngberg's there, and it's good deflection off of the McDonald County player's foot, so throw in for the Cougars. Youngberg throwing ahead. Schumacher's there, heads it or plays it forward in the air, and out of bounds will stay Cougars ball. Perigin runs and gets it. Throw in up ahead. Good ball, bounces up in the air, and the Mustangs are able to gather it. Perigin gets back to it and sends it all the way to the far side. Clevenger will try to run it down, and out of bounds, throw in the corner for the Mustangs. Let's see if we can get into this action here. Takes a long walk up the line, and ref allows it. That was a 15-yard advantage he gained. Throw in for the Cougars. Clevenger's there to take the quick throw in. Mustangs steal, but Clevenger's back to it. Clevenger takes the shot, and the keeper's in good position for the save. Keeper setting up to punt it away. Top spinning ball into the middle. Youngberg heads it forward. Perigin and Schumacher are there. Schumacher back to Perigin. Back into Schumacher. Schumacher tries to turn with it. He's able to get free and back to Perigin. Perigin sends it forward and stolen away by the Mustangs. Played up ahead. Calandro's there. Calandro sends it back into Beatty on the left wing. Beatty into the middle. Off target. Stolen away by the Mustangs. Perigin's trying to defend ball. Good through ball. Youngberg's there. Boney comes out. Youngberg is able to get to it and turn it, and can't keep it in. Throw in for the Mustangs. Youngberg's there with his left. He's able to poke it away. Haley comes up to challenge. Mustangs get it passed on the near side line, back into the middle. Perigin's there to try to steal. Deflected away, and Beatty clears it. Nelson's there. Nelson tries to one-touch back to Clevenger off target. Mustangs steal again. Nelson has a chance now to pursue, and Mustangs do a good job of possessing. Clevenger comes in and gets the steal. Clevenger on the far side holds up play, gives it to Perigin. Perigin looking for an opportunity. Looks for the run, sends it through to Dowell. If he's on, he's one-on-one with the keeper. Tries to poke it through. Good save by the keeper. And offside flag was up anyway. And it'll be a free kick for the Mustangs. Looks like the right call, as Dowell looked to be about a yard off. Free kick from the top of the box. Mustangs will play it out of the back. Clevenger steals. Clevenger back to the ball. Carries it down the far side line. And throw in for the Cougars. Looks like they're giving them a free kick. See if we can get a little closer there and tell what the call is. Okay, yeah, free kick for the Cougars. Youngberg setting up for the kick. See if we can get everything in frame here. Youngberg sends it in all the way across over top of the goal. And goal kick for the Mustangs. Some subs coming on for McDonald County. (1-0) the score. McDonald County leading on a missed touch there. Double touch. That's an indirect right at the top of the box. Misplay by McDonald County. Indirect. Perigin starts it quick and scores the goal. You can see on replay here, Perigin grabbed the ball, gave it to Nelson, or to Clevenger, I'm sorry, for the goal. And there's a dispute at the, okay, they've stopped the clock. They're going to walk it back and say no goal. 18:10 is on the stopped clock. They've restarted the clock. So no goal for the Cougars, as the ref apparently is saying that he blew it dead with a double whistle, which made it so you couldn't restart. So indirect here, Youngberg's going to tap it for Perigin to blast it and deflect it away into transition. McDonald County is able to clear. Back down the line, Perigin fights for the ball on the corner. And corner kick for the Cougars. All right, so hectic play there. We thought we had a goal while I was in replay and went back to live action, and I lost the play. So corner kick sent in. Header by Clevenger, still in trouble and able to be cleared away. Anredder steps in and sends it back in. Schumacher heads it over to Nelson. Nelson pops it over. And you can just see that in the corner of the camera. Nelson got that last touch and went over the goal. Okay, so 16:40 left here in the second half. Mustangs still leading 1-0. Like I was getting ready to say, the one goal is on the PK with no time on the clock in the first half off of a handball off of the corner in the box. The Cougars have dominated possession on their side with plenty of shots on goal, but haven't been able to find the back of the net. Good ball up ahead to Dahl. Perigin sends it. Dahl's loose. Dahl slides in. And good save by the goalie as they both slid for the ball. Goalie has it in possession, looks like to be punted away. Punts it to the midfield. Perigin's there. Perigin tries to settle it down with his chest. Pops it high into the air. Schumacher challenges. Schumacher gets it off the head and draws the foul. Free kick. Perigin will take the free kick and goes to take the quick one and decides not to. Youngberg will come up to take the free kick. Indirect is the call. Youngberg chips it in to Clevenger, tries to get the header. It's loose. Dahl's there, and he finishes it in the back of the goal. And offside is the call. That looked to be, okay, so Dahl was initially See right here, yeah, it looks like Dow was off when he made that touch. Cougars have gone to their bench. Discussion over on the sideline by the refs. The only thing I can't tell is if Dahl actually touched that ball. He was definitely offside, and he contacted the goalie. So offside is the call. And we will restart play, waiting for the clock to start. Clock is underway. Perigin heads it back in. Nelson's there. Nelson jumps up, and the goalie's able to get to it. Another good chance for the Cougars. Perigin is just eating up that midfield, winning all those balls. Ball played over into the near side. Youngberg comes over, can't keep it in, and throw in for the Mustangs. Cloud trying to move over that sun. That would be a nice blessing for the last 15 minutes of the game. Enreder with a nice touch to Perigin. Perigin again plays it ahead. Great header by the McDonald County player. If he doesn't get ahead on that, that is a real threat for both Dahl and Nelson running vertically. And almost still Nelson got to it, but Nelson did make the last touch, so it will be a goal kick for the Mustangs. 1-0 still the score. Sub coming in for the Mustangs. Exciting action here tonight in Anderson, Missouri. Goal kick played ahead. Perigin gets in the air and is able to win possession. Plays it wide to Clevenger. Clevenger tries to settle it down, cuts it back to Beatty. Out of play, throw in for the Mustangs. Clevenger steps in to challenge, still loose. Clevenger gets the steal, cuts it back, looks for some space in the middle. Clevenger back to the far side, gets it back into the middle. Clevenger still on the ball. And the Mustangs finally steal. Perigin steps in to get possession. Perigin with some room out front, sets up the shot, gets tripped from behind, and will get the call. That's going to be a free kick for the Cougars. Take a look at this action as Perigin just gets cleated from behind. And so Perigin will set up from 30 yards out for the free kick. Youngberg's also there. I think they both won it. Youngberg's going to go in. It's a little bit far for a shot, but it is makeable from this distance. Got to play a perfect ball. Looks like Dahl, Schumacher, and Haley are on the far side. Driving ball in, and clean save by the keeper. Punted away into the middle. Perigin's back there for it. Fight for the ball. Mustangs are able to get to it. Back to Dahl. Dahl takes the shot, and I believe that was deflected. No, it wasn't, just off target. And goal kick for the Mustangs. Timeout, official timeout with 12 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock. Looks like their last water break of the day. And just a very event-filled second half here as the Cougars are just gnawing away, trying to find the back of the net. Have found it twice on offside bringbacks. And I believe one more time on a restart that was deemed illegitimate by the ref. That'll be a fun one to debate with the boys at home later this week to see whether that was the right call. Get some replays organized while we're on our break here. So much action here in the second half, and Perigin has just been controlling that midfield, whether they're playing it out of the back or they're trying to punt it away. It seems like the Cougars are just keeping the ball down on their half. All right, everyone back on the field here. Keeper's walking out slowly, so he will take a kick to restart play. .12:02 on the official clock. Ref blows the whistle to start play. Okay, and we are back to action. Schumacher heads it up into the air and tries to settle it. Stolen away by the Cougars. Perigin with the ball. Perigin carries it to the far side, cuts it across the middle. Schumacher comes in, Dow's there for it. Schumacher gets to the ball, and handball, I believe, is the call. Will be a free kick for the Cougars. Perigin might try to take a quick one here. Second whistle by the ref to set up the wall. So he whistles to restart play. Youngberg takes the shot off the Mustang player and over to the wide corner. Beatty fights for the ball and out of bounds, and that's a throw-in for the Cougars. Clevenger's over there for the throw-in. Clevenger back into the middle of the field with some space for Perigin. Perigin tries to get around it, sends it way over the scoreboard. And goal kick for the Mustangs. Just over 10 minutes left to play here. Cougars trying to find a goal before this game runs out. Ball sent into the middle of the field. Perigin's there again to head it down. Bouncing into Dow. Dow tries to settle with his chest. Schumacher's onto it. Back to Schumacher, and foul called. See if we can tell what the call was there. Oh, they called that foul on Dow as he tried to get in for space. Okay, free kick for the Mustangs. Played up ahead. Calandro's there to head it back in. Goes over the top. Mustangs into possession. Beatty steps up and gets a challenge. Perigin's there on cover to win it. Perigin into the middle of the field. Sends it through to Dow. And Dow just didn't quite read it. Didn't get the break. Goes up ahead to the keeper. Rolled out into the middle to the back line for the Mustangs. Chipped up over the top. Beatty plays it back into Clevenger. Bouncing through. Mustangs playing it to the far side down the line. Nelson Over to Beatty, into the middle for Youngberg. Youngberg carries back. Switches the field to Anreder. Schumacher setting up a run. Anreder tries to play it through to Schumacher. Schumacher still on the ball, fighting for possession. Tries to get to it and shield it away. And goal kick is the call. Back to live action, played out of the back. Beatty sends it in for Clevenger. Clevenger takes the shot, deflected by the Mustangs. And corner kick is the call. Youngberg hustles over to take the corner. Youngberg sends it in. Schumacher's there over top of him. Haley's there to get a touch. Haley pops it back in high in the air. And goalie's able to knock it away. And that easily could have been called a foul on the keeper as he went over top of Perigin. Let's take a look at that again. Perigin fighting for position. Nope, fairly clean. And corner kick is the result. Youngberg comes over to take the corner, under 8 to play. Low ball in and right to the keeper. He'll punt it away into transition. Nelson's back. Nelson sends it back in with his right foot. Haley comes down. Keeper comes all the way over and thought maybe he lost where he was, but he knew where he was and let it go out of bounds. Goal kick for the Mustangs. Cougars trying to find a goal. 7 minutes left to play. Mustangs making another substitution. Mustangs play it out the near side. Haley comes over to challenge. Gets through down the line. And out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Perigin to take the quick throw in. Runner's coming. Perigin throws it up to Schumacher. Schumacher tries to turn on it. Mustangs steal into some space. Beatty comes up to challenge. Good through ball. Calandro runs down to get in front. Good job by Calandro getting into position. Mustangs in possession on the near side. Calandro still in front. Deflects it off of and then shields the ball. Mustang fights for the ball, goes out of bounds, and corner kick is the call. I don't know if I grabbed it in time. Mustangs will get the corner kick. First time we've been on this side of the field the whole half. Nelson heads it high into the air. Clevenger clears it away with the bicycle kick. And Beatty chases over, but it will be out of play. Throw in for the Mustangs. Back into play. Still in. Mustangs play it back. Perigin's there. Send it to the middle. And Boney's there to grab it. Boney can punt it away into transition here, sends it high into the air. Haley trying to find the ball. He's able to settle it in. Can't control it. Perigin's there. Perigin tries to get it wide and gets the free kick. Perigin looking for the quick restart. Perigin sends it all the way up ahead. Clevenger's there. Bounces over his head. Clevenger's on it. Oh, and he can't hang on and goes out of play. Oh, good opportunity for the Cougars. Clevenger chests it forward and loses control on an open goal. And he's still down. 4:30 on the clock. Clock is stopped. Beautiful ball sent in by Perigin. Clevenger's got the run, gets the bounce, and just, if he plays that with his foot, it's a goal. He got in a hurry because he wasn't sure where the guys were behind him, but he was wide open behind him, so he had time. Clock is stopped with 4:30. Clevenger stretching out a cramp. College Heights has to find a way to get a ball in the back of the net. Some subs coming on in the game. Clevenger subs off as NATO comes in. Clock is restarted. Oh, I'm sorry, the clock has not started. The ref was blowing another sub, so he's still holding the clock. 4:30 is the official time. We'll get it back to accurate here as they reset. Ball played in, Beatty challenges. Played into the middle. Nelson's there. Calandro puts it through all the way up to Dahl on the front line. Dahl to Schumacher. Schumacher steps in. Back to Dahl. Dahl drops it to Perigin. Perigin flicks it over to NATO. NATO plays it into the middle. Headed away by the Mustangs. Played back into possession. Schumacher challenges. Deflected away. Perigin's there. Perigin working to get position. Tries to fight through. Gets back to the ball. And gets called for the foul. McDonald County will take a minute to reset. Played high into the air. Anretter's there to head it down. Haley wins it with his chest. Tries to turn. Keeps it in. McDonald County steals, but Haley gets to it. Schumacher's there. And Schumacher picks up the foul. And free kick for the Mustangs. Ball sent through. Calandro steps up. Calandro back to the ball, deflects it off of his chest, and gets called for the handball. Ball played in all the way over the uprights. And sub coming in the game. Clevenger comes back in as Haley will sub off. NATO will go to the right side, the near side of the field. Youngberg sends the ball up ahead, headed into the air by the Mustangs. Anretter with a good header into some space for Perigin. Perigin gets to the ball, fighting for position, and Mustangs are able to break it up. On the near side, Perigin challenges back. It's a deflection. Anretter's there. Ball sent through. Good opportunity for the Mustangs. Into the box, and great job by Calandro to clear it away. Will result in a corner kick for the Mustangs. Mustangs getting ready to send the corner in high in the air. Header, and Boney's there for the good save. That could have been the game. Boney runs out and sends it high into the air. Big punt, could be trouble. Dow's trying to run under it. It's free. NATO's over there. NATO back to the ball, and the Mustangs clear. Youngberg pops it in. Youngberg back to it, tries to turn it to the corner. Youngberg fights for possession, gets to it, sends it across the box. Clevenger's there for the foul, chests it down. Clevenger's still on it, and the goalie's able to get to it for the save. Under a minute to play. Another exciting opportunity for the Cougars. Beatty into the middle. Schumacher leaves it for Perigin. Perigin can't get to it. Perigin fights for possession. Nelson steps in and gets called for the foul. And just 20 seconds left now to play, as this may be the last touch of the game. Free kick in all the way to the keeper, and Boney will run out and grab it, but that should do it. That's the final horn. Hard-fought battle. McDonald County 1, College Heights 0. Cougars just couldn't find a way to get it in the back of the net. Had plenty of opportunities. Really good game. McDonald County playing a very defensive game. Their lone goal scored on a handball in the box off of a corner, and really a non-threatening situation. Just an unfortunate play. But that's the game of soccer for you. As we wrap up here, we will take an opportunity to run through the recap of the second half replays. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will give you some music as we go through this replay.